Hello and welcome. And today I'll be talking about the version 2 of my product, which is the Cold Elbow, which addresses automotive PPE, especially for the firearms. I'm Jamie, and let's dive right in. So my one of my stakeholders says automotive work can be dangerous, especially with working with power tools such as die grinders, and as I have experienced, those hot oils and transmission fluids can also be a danger within themselves. So my product aims to bridge that gap. So why is this such a big problem? So in Arizona, it's hot. We don't often want to wear sleeves on our arms that make us uncomfortable or sweaty. And that leaves a gap for us because sometimes when we go to work on our cars in just a t-shirt and jeans, we oftentimes end up hurting our arms accidentally and being like, ow, that really hurt. So since we take so much pride in protecting our hands, I believe we should take some time to protect our arms as well. And my goal with my product is to address this gap in safety in both automotive and manufacturing applications. So this is kind of a 3D image of my device. So what it is going to do is it's going to be an arm sleeve that kind of goes from your mid forearm to like the end of your wrist. That's going to vary from person to person because I kind of want to have that customizable sizing, which I'll talk a bit more about my marketing strategy there. But this is kind of like an overview of what it can look like overall. So how does it work? You saw what I would want it to look like. So it's going to work through a tri-layer system. Your first layer is going to be your cooling layer. That one's going to help you stay comfortable even in the Arizona heat. The second layer is going to be your big protective layer. So that's going to be against heat and chemicals. And we kind of want the materials to work such that they don't absorb things, which is going to be that third layer, which can be made of Kevlar. That middle layer is going to be made of cotton or foam, and that cooling layer is going to be nylon or polyester. This is something I've kind of worked with my stakeholders to kind of work on and figure out here with the material specifics. The competitive analysis, I added my product to the right, but you can kind of see a lot of other existing products. They do tackle these issues, but a lot of times they're unaffordable or they just don't have quite everything, which is something my product is aiming to do. So for my revenue model, my goal price is for the base model set. I want it to be around $15 per set, meaning it can be for both arms. And my model would work so that like if somebody wants to make it so it's welding safe or it can handle going deep into transmission fluid or oil to dig something out, they can add on like that feature if they would like. But again, that base model is just going to have kind of that cooling effect, that protective effect, and then that Kevlar on top to keep everything contained. In addition, we would kind of want to start out online, and then if there's enough interest, we'd expand out into storefronts and everything. And we would just want our product to be reliable enough to people get it as needed. And again, it kind of goes back to that different model set that I was talking about. So for people who will use and abuse these tools more than others, such as automotive technicians, there can be a more durable model that they can order compared to the average person who just needs something to kind of pass them by when they work on their car on the weekends versus every weekday. My go-to market is going to start with Arizona automotive enthusiasts and mechanics and gradually expand to the global market and kind of expand into other hobbies beyond automotives and machining. My team consists of myself, my friend, and then my dad who kind of helped me get this idea. My ask and timeline. So today I'm mainly taking feedback through these market conversations and recommendations from the community, but in the next few months I'm going to kind of start working and seeing what would it be like to build this prototype. In addition, I'm going to kind of gradually start playing around with building a website for this product, and then by the end of 2027 I want to reflect and kind of see what can I do for future iterations so I can better meet the asks of the customer. For monetary, again, it goes back to that 4 to 6 month stage where like getting that initial prototype would be good, but also I got to think of like how am I going to support the people who are helping me make this possible, in addition to filing for patents and things that will keep our product legally safe. But non-monetarily, just always give me your insights and your thoughts. But together, we will give workplace injury the cold elbow, especially for automotive burns for the firearms. Thank you. And this is kind of our changes since version 1. I just wanted to show this. Thank you.